5 plane crashes that changed aviation forever. One small mistake in aviation can lead to disaster, and sometimes it takes a tragedy to trigger change. Across aviation history, there have been crashes that not only shook the world but forced the industry to evolve. These were not just accidents, they were lessons written in fire, metal, and human loss. Here are 5 plane crashes that transformed how we fly forever. Stay with me until the end, because the last one on this list was the final warning before a worldwide change in how pilots are trained. Tenerife Airport disaster in 1977. The worst aviation disaster in history did not happen in the air, it happened on the ground. On March 27, 1977, two Boeing 747s, one from KLM and one from Pan Am, collided on the runway at Los Rodeos Airport in Tenerife. Due to a terrorist incident at their original destination, dozens of aircraft were diverted to the fog-covered airport. Amid miscommunication and low visibility, the KLM captain mistakenly began takeoff while the Pan Am aircraft was still taxiing. Seconds later, the two collided, killing 583 people. This tragedy led to a global overhaul of cockpit and air traffic control communication. Vague phrases were replaced with precise, standardized terminology. Pilots began using clear confirmations like ready for departure and cleared for takeoff. Even more important, this crash gave birth to crew resource management, a system encouraging co-pilots to speak up if something feels wrong, regardless of hierarchy. 2 United Airlines Flight 173 1978. Just a year after Tenerife, United Airlines Flight 173 was approaching Portland, Oregon when the crew noticed a landing gear issue. They spent so much time troubleshooting it that they ran out of fuel. Despite multiple warnings and low fuel alerts, the aircraft continued to circle until it crashed into a suburban neighborhood, killing 10 people. This crash exposed a major weakness: fixation. The flight crew was so focused on one problem, they missed the bigger threat: fuel exhaustion. The crash triggered sweeping changes in pilot training. Airlines began focusing more on manual flying skills, especially stall recognition and recovery. It also exposed a deeper issue: over-reliance on automation. Flight data transmission systems and black box tracking were also improved after this incident, especially for overwater flights. Colgan Air Flight 3407-2009. Later that same year, Colgan Air Flight 3407 crashed on approach to Buffalo, New York. The aircraft slowed too much and stalled. Instead of pushing the nose down to recover, the captain pulled up, worsening the stall. The aircraft slammed into a house, killing 49 passengers and crew and one person on the ground. But what came next was even more alarming. The pilot had a poor safety record and had failed several check rides. The co-pilot had flown overnight, was underpaid and exhausted. This crash revealed serious flaws in the regional airline industry, especially around pilot training, experience, and fatigue management. In response, the United States passed the Airline Safety and Federal Aviation Administration Extension Act of 2010. This law raised the required flight hours from 250 to 105 for airline pilots, increased training standards, and introduced strict rules on pilot rest and duty limits. These 5 tragedies changed aviation forever. From improving communication and prioritization to training for automation failure and fatigue management, every accident on this list left behind hard lessons that saved future lives. Today, commercial aviation is safer than ever, largely because of what was learned through these heartbreaking events. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing to the channel for more real-life aviation stories that shaped the start.